Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what potentially could be the shortest video in the series. I don't know when the playtest ends, I did not look. So, this could be over very quickly. But, just in case, we're going to jump in there. We are at 16 years old, the end of the Obscurity chapter, which could, maybe, I don't know, be the end of, it could be the end of the playtest. I hope not, but we'll see. Alright, last we left off, I did a speechy speech. I did done good. People were like, wah, 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 wah. All my friends are gone. So, let's see what happens a year later at 16 years old. Emil and Martha are both gone. Collateral damage for bigger changes for the future. You are awoken by quiet footsteps outside of your door. Cornelius enters your room. His face deathly serious. You sit up in your bed, rubbing the sleep from your eyes. You're about to ask the reason for his sudden visit, but your mentor beats you to the punch. Wake up, Schmeely. It's not as bad as burp, but it's still bad. So, can anybody in the Rumble chat guess which real life word is Schmeely based off of? The night of your making has come. That sounds very questionable, Cornelius. You're no fool. Stop, slow down. I think you've worked quite a lot of things out by now. For instance, why you have no lot, why no one ever talks to you about your parents, or why we Archneans have taken a keen interest in you. You're making this sound very much like a PG-13 R-rated scene about the come-up. Let's slow down a minute. I took you on as my mentee to prepare you for real life, and you are finally ready. Okay, my butt cheeks are super clenched. Okay. Your mentor's figure looms over you. Stop with the weird language! Like the ancient monster from the Tempest banners. This is not... Okay, I'm trying to just be silly goofy here, but this is getting worse the longer it goes on. Schmeely, you will be killed tonight. Okay. Okay. Your heart skips a beat and your breath catches in your throat. This is clearly not a joke, but you struggle to wrap your head around what your mentor has just said. You want to object, but the words stick in your suddenly parched throat. Your body had to grow and get strong enough to handle the blood tide. Stop. Okay, this next line. Stop it. It will fill you, dissolve you. Stop. Today is the day of your death, and the day of your true birth, as an Archnean, and the heir to the Empire. Now hold up a second there. Hold up a second there. Am I learning new lore about the Archneans? Archneans tend to keep their children behind closed doors until the rite of passage. There's no point in investing your time and effort into someone who will die in the blood tide, making way for their real self. Blood is what grants Archneans their strength, knowledge, and greatness. Oh. But I don't like to rely solely on blood. I wanted you to have the ability to withstand the tide. I felt it is important for you to grow as a person to form your own opinions and have a will of your own. You had to be prepared for the future. The blessed Archnean Empire lies in your hands. You are the son of Emperor Uther II. Your true name is Jerian Tempest. Let the color of your skin not fool you. You are not human like your friend Emil, nor like your brother Ferdinand. Just keeping it PG for the YouTubes. Your mother, Servilla, gave you one of her lives. You are a pure-blooded Arcanian, and only those like you can take into themselves the legacy of the Blood Tide. This is fascinating. That makes sense why, back in, oh gosh. Sir Brante with, Stefan. Yeah. Why, okay. I got you. I'm here. Okay. I wanted the years you spent among humans to remain with you, that you might know not only the Arcania world, but also the human world. That the blood tide would not swallow you utterly, and that some trace of the boy called Shmili would enter into the air of the... whatever. You guys know. I know you're frightened, you do not want to die, and you would rather be reborn a common man far from the capital. Live somewhere in the Magra, quarrel with your brothers, protect your sisters, go to school with the neighbor boys. That is not your fate. You must experience death and make way for Jerian Tempest. In this you have no choice, but I have done all I could for you. I hope as heir you will retain at least part of what I have taught you, Shmili. You break out in cold sweat as a shiver runs down your spine. Is there really nothing you can do? Is this really the end? Servants help you put on a strange, completely white garb before leading you after Cornelius. Your mentor is silent. The only sounds that fill the empty hallways are your echoing footsteps. You follow Cornelius, your legs weak as you descend the winding staircases of the palace and enter the cold family crypt. You see stone columns looming in the shadows. Dragon statues bare their teeth at you. Torchlight flickers across the frozen faces on the walls. Death masks of the tempests, the death masks of the tempests, the great ancestors of the ruling family. There's a large stone altar in the niche carved into one of the walls. Beside it stands Emperor Uther Tempest II, in the flesh. Ew. He holds a golden chalice and a lavishly decorated knife. You take an involuntary step backward, but Cornelius' strong hand on your shoulder prevents you from retreating any further. This is a fascinating comparison, and I think I mentioned this in a previous episode. The side-by-side of Sir Brante being born a common man, working your way up, and then now Prince Jerian being born a full-blooded Arcanian who is going to reign. It is a really cool contrast that I'm very glad they did. I did say this before because I said I don't think that this means they'll be able to seamlessly add more to the story, because we're kind of, if we're doing a polar opposites thing, then we're really as far as we can go here. You take an involuntary step backward, but Cornelius' strong hand on your shoulder prevents you from going any further. That's right. Suddenly, an imposing Arcanian lady appears right next to you. You only catch a glimpse of her face, but that's enough to recognize her as Empress Servilia, your mother. Your mother? She grips your shoulder like a vice as she forces you to kneel at the altar. Your knees buckle without any resistance. You are powerless against this woman's surprising strength. Oh, I'm gonna get superpowers! Emperor Uther drags the blade across his palm first. Blue blood wells up in his cupped hand, several droplets falling into the chalice. Mesmerized, you can only watch them bubble up and expand, spilling over like a tide. The stream of blood paints the entire altar blue. Okay. Fascinating visuals. As the Emperor lets his blood flow freely, death masks on the walls open their mouths in silent screams, blood pouring from their waxing maws and eye sockets. Did we step into Berserk's blood moon? Or the eclipse. The ichor streams down the altar, cascading from the walls and columns and pulling on the floor by your knees. Let the blood tide accept my son, blood of my blood. Let my son become part of the Tempest blood tide. Servilia runs a gentle hand through your hair, but then her grip turns punishing as she forces your head backwards. The Emperor holds his bloody knife to your throat. A scream of terror and pain is wrenched from somewhere deep inside you. You feel a cold steel bite into your flesh. Your hot red blood gushes down the front of your garment. You choke, unable to scream or even breathe. Desperate hands press against the wound, but your strength leaves you with every passing second. Your body slumps over the stone floor as its lifeblood pulses out of it. You try to cry out, but the solid stream of blue tempest blood fills your every orifice. Why are we back to this language? Why are we back to the weird? Ugh. The tide is so high it covers you completely. You drown in its fathomless depths. All you can see is the cold blue void. I'm fascinated to know if this is physically happening or if this is like his metaphysical interpretation of what is actually happening. Something breaks inside of you as a wave suddenly strikes you. You're like a scraped piece of clay in a potter's hand. A scrapped piece of clay in a potter's hand, squashed and reshaped by the power of hundreds of generations contained in the blood tide. You hear whispers, the sound barely there at first. Other voices soon join in. Where was I? Soon join the first. The sounds build up to discordant cacophony, growing progressively louder. Your head pounds, your voices are tearing you apart. Your ancestors demand that you open your mind to the blood tide, become one with it, disappear into it without a trace. Shmili must die. You are an Arcanian now. You are Jerian Tempest. Your blood could grant you almost limitless power, unless you resist. Is sacrificing your entire life up to this point worth this kind of power? Is this the biggest decision in the game? Already? Do you value what has happened to you, or was it just a means to an end, a path that has led you to here? Do you have anyone you truly care about, anyone worth fighting for, or is melding with your ancestors, joining the blood tide, that your birthright, the only way forward? Yeah. To preserve at least. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I didn't mean to do it. I mean, I was gonna do that. No, you shake off the blood-drenched illusion. Dadgummit. Wrought upon you by the cacophony of voices, you cling for dear life to the shards of your memories, feelings, and thoughts. Delirious and desperate, you scream inside your mind. But the soundless shriek drowns out the voices of your ancestors who are tearing you apart. Your mind explodes into countless pieces that reshuffle in a maddening whirlwind of images. I do think that's what I would have done anyways. Okay. Or I'm just coming to grips with the fact that I just did something that I cannot undo. Your mind explodes into countless pieces that reshuffle in a maddening whirlwind of images. Okay, how does the sanity work over here? Because I just lost one. Non-replenishable reserve of mental fortitude that allows you to act counter to your personality. Opens red locks. Okay. I just lost one of them. So I should be... I might shoot this over to the developers that one of the that the sanity didn't go down. Okay. All right. Your mind explodes into countless pieces, reshuffle in a whirlwind of images. Shards reflect Shmili's face with a wild grin stretched across it. The tide keeps pulling tiny splinters of your memories out of your mind. Your ancestors' blood fights to consume you, to fill you to the brim. The voices wheedle, argue, make demands, but you stubbornly resist their will. You pry the mental shackles open into your consciousness with all your might. Welcome to the Rumble chat, friends. Rumble chats are always prioritized, so feel free to jump in, ask questions, or make comments or stupid jokes. Always welcome Chuck Norris jokes, even after. You scream and dart around a bloody cage, striving to catch all of the fragments of the past that the tide is trying to take from you. The memories are stuck in your soul's gaping wounds. You can't bear to discard your human life as though it were some finished book. Your past, your feelings, your ambitions, your triumphs and failures, all of it will stay with you forever. You will carry all of your pain, all of your experiences throughout your entire life. You will not forsake your very self. The blood tide quiets down eventually, accepting your will. You draw a careful breath and get up from the floor. You are Jerian Tempest, heir to the throne of the Arcanian Empire. You carry the shadows of all its previous sovereigns in your blood. But deep down, you're still the person you used to be. The blood tide was unable to wipe him out entirely. You've become an Arcanian tonight, yet you remain human. Interesting. Ooh. That's so fascinating! I will probably bet you that the majority of people made that decision. Ooh! What do I have here? If it's 5, I should be bumped up to... I might ask about that. Yeah, I'll ask about that. Like seeing the Tempest Authority, you enjoy as the Tempest Air opens blue locks. Oh, that's so cool! Ooh, and my will has finally overpowered blood. Very interesting. This is so fascinating. Welcome to the Rumble Chat, friends. Rumble Chats will always be prioritized. Alright, your childhood is over, and as is your previous life, you died and have been reborn. What will your life look like now that you are an Arcanian and heir to the great house, Tempest? You don't know, but you're eager to start this new chapter of your story, spurred on by dreams and aspirations. Let's find out if this is where the playtest ends! Alright, skills. I am a scholar. I have okay management, and my diplomacy is okay. Not spectacular, but that's okay. I have no friends. Ah, it is. Ah, that's okay though, because that was a spectacular end. Like, that was as weird as some of that language was, and I've still got my butt cheeks clenched really hard. I'm not gonna be able to poop for days after some of that. I did really enjoy that play. I'm sad it's over. Like, I longtime fans know I love the Life and Suffering series. So I look forward very much to when the game is fully released. Thank you, developers, for letting me playtest the game. I'm so happy. It makes me so happy to be part of the playtesting, because like, I think I jumped on it the day of. I think I downloaded it the day of and played it the day after. Like, I'm so happy. And I look forward to seeing how this develops. I love this polar difference to it. And I love the addition of the lore, because I did not know that Arcanians had to basically be not indoctrinated, but ritualistically engulfed into being an Arcanian. So I found that very fascinating. But anyways, YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. Rumble chat, if you guys got any questions, I will be happy to answer them for just a little bit before I have to get ready for work. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and peace out, homebrews.